Okay. Could you please start by introducing yourself?
Hi, my name is Tripaldi and I am the director of She Kills Monsters.
And Megan, could you talk a little bit about what the process has been like to direct She Kills Monsters here at USM?
It's been amazing. I'm very used to working with zero budget and zero designers and not even a stage manager, so this has been such a gift to be able to work with such an amazing design team and production team.
That's great. And what has it been like working with college students, creating this very fight-heavy, costume-heavy, prop-heavy show?
It's a lot at once, but it's been amazing. My day job is working, teaching theater to young people, and they're allowed to vote and drive, which is the main difference. But I think the joy of it has been reminding them what it's like to play on stage, and that's been really fun to watch them rediscover that.
Talk a little bit about some of the challenges of working with this particular script, and maybe with this age group.
This is a very reference-heavy script. There's a lot of cultural things. There's a lot of D&D specific things that require. We have a dramaturgy team, which has been so helpful to this process because now everyone can be on the same page. Also, there's a lot of technical elements involved. There's massive puppets that take up the majority of the stage. There's a lot of light and sound effects. This production has projections. It's a lot of work, but it's been slower than I normally work, but I think that's for the benefit of the show. It looks so good.
And you are an alum here of the USM Theatre program. What has it been like to come back and actually direct for the main stage?
I never expected. I never thought of myself as a director when I was here. So to be able to create a stage picture on the Russell Hall stage has been amazing, and it's been it kind of feels like a really beautiful welcome back, especially after a decade of not being here.
And tell us a little bit about what you've been doing in the decade since you left here.
Oh boy, I've been doing a lot of local theater. I work primarily in children's theater, as I said, and I actually have my own nonprofit theater company, Polyphonic Theater Ensemble.
Great.
So that's been. I've been working a lot. I don't sleep much.
And are you a D&D fan yourself?
I am. I'm a level 5 gnome bard class. I recently had a one-shot. That's just a game that can be done in just one sitting with my party, and it's. I wish I had discovered it when I was a lot younger, because it's so much like theater, but the limits are boundless.
And this play wouldn't really exist without D&D. What has it been like to combine these two passions of yours?
It's wonderful. It's been a joy, and it's kind of like being able to see the world in your head and actually visualize it in front of you and walk through it. It's every D&D player's dream.
And the play brings in a lot of themes, even though it deals in this world of fantasy. It brings in some very real world themes that I think particularly young people today can relate to. Can you talk a little bit about what it's been like to work with those themes and address those themes?
Yeah, I started this process telling everyone, reminding them really that these characters are still teenagers. Some of them are 14, 15 years old, some of them are 16 or 17, and they started coming at it from the mind of 20-somethings. And it's like, no, there's so much innocence left, even though they're teenagers. The other thing is, every single teenager on this planet thinks they're alone in their struggle. And this play does a beautiful job of letting you know that you're not alone. And that's been a real joy and challenge to explore with this cast. The other, not spoiler, but the main crux of this play is that it starts off with the death of a young person and how young people surrounding her deal with grief. Everyone deals with grief in a different way, and it's been a really intense challenge to explore that.
And we're coming off a long spell of not producing any theater. What have been some of the challenges that you have found in producing a full-length play with all of the elements for a live audience?
I'm getting emotional. It's been so long. It feels. It's definitely a challenge because even though I've been doing this for the majority of my life, I wasn't sure I was ever going to be able to do it again. And so time, budgeting time has been the biggest challenge. Also just, I think a joyful accident that's happened is that I rediscovered my love for it, why I do what I do, and why I primarily work with young people. It's to see them experiencing being able to come back or even just start. There's nothing better than that.
I'm going to ask you what might be the toughest question. Do you have a favorite character in this play?
That's a really tough question. The answer that in multiple parts. There's the character I relate to the most, and that's Tilly. I see a lot of my younger self in Tilly. Not necessarily Tilly as the paladin, but Tilly Evans. I also just really enjoy the light silliness of Steve. He just comes on, steals a scene, dies, and then everybody moves on. I think there's nothing funnier than a joyful character who's there just for comedy. And yeah, I love them all so much. There's something for everybody in all of them, but yeah, and in terms of relatability, I think I connect with Tilly the hardest.
All right, thank you.